Remember when buying software meant paying once and actually owning it? Yeah, that era's gone. Now, everything's a subscription. You don't buy a tool, you rent it until you die or switch careers. Welcome to the disappointing reality of SaaS, better known as Scam as a Service. Let's unpack how we got here, why your bank account is crying, and how we all became victims of beautifully designed extortion. It all started with good intentions. SaaS was supposed to be the future. No more installations, no more endless version updates. Just open your browser and boom, you're productive. Salesforce was one of the first to make this pitch back in the early 2000s, and people bought into it hard.
Shut up and take my money!
The idea was simple: access tools anywhere, share data in the cloud, and always stay updated. And it made sense for businesses. But fast forward 20 years, and now even your to-do list app wants $10 a month because it syncs across devices. Here's where it got messy. What began as convenience turned into corporate greed wrapped in minimalist UI. Every SaaS product now comes with 4 pricing tiers, none of which include the one feature you actually need. Want calendar sync? That's the Pro plan. Want dark mode? That's Team tier. Want to export your data? Hope you enjoy the enterprise sales call experience? And don't even try using it for free? Your experience will be so neutered, it's basically a demo reel for what you could have if you just gave up and paid.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money!
But it's not just the pricing. SaaS companies figured out how to trap you psychologically. They know that once you've built your entire workflow, migrating to another tool is like moving out of a house you built with your bare hands. They add little touches to increase that stickiness. Email nudges, usage analytics, fear of loss prompts. Even canceling is a chore. You try to unsubscribe and suddenly you're in a guilt trip funnel with sad puppy eyes asking, "Are you sure you want to leave?" And it's not just the big guys. Every solo dev on Twitter is now launching their own SaaS micro product. It's like the gold rush, but instead of gold, it's recurring revenue from a glorified spreadsheet. Someone builds an app that tracks your water intake, slaps on a $6.99 per month price tag, and calls it hydration as a service. Everyone's chasing MRR like it's a religion, and we, the users, are just tiny wallets with legs. So you think, maybe I'll just self-host. You go full Linux wizard, spend a weekend setting up Docker containers, and feel powerful. Until the updates break everything, and you realize you've spent 6 hours configuring something that still doesn't have a working calendar view. Freedom is technically possible, but it comes at the cost of your time, your patience, and occasionally your sanity.
What did it cost?
Everything.
And yet, all hope is not lost. There are still some ethical devs out there, ones who charge you once, give you lifetime access, and don't lock your data in a vault like it's a hostage. Tools like Obsidian or open source projects with real communities still exist. They may not have the fanciest dashboards, but at least they don't charge you monthly for a checkbox. So yeah, SaaS could have been the hero. Instead, it became the landlord of the internet. A beautiful scam that charges you to do what pen and paper used to handle for free.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
Not anymore.
But hey, if you've ever paid for a subscription that made you feel personally offended, drop it in the comments. Misery loves company, especially when it's billed monthly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to become a fellow codehead.